We are back on F1 2020, and how do you guys feel about this, seeing the old menu, eh? It's a bit of a throwback, but I'm not here for the F1 game. I'm here for something else, which I think could be quite historic, and we may have a piece of history in this game. The Vietnam Grand Prix, which I don't think will ever happen, and never did happen, and let's be honest, how many of you guys actually remember it being briefly part of the F1 calendar? So we're going to do a race today around Vietnam and just kind of reminisce, you know, the track and kind of have a bit of a throwback episode, if you will. I'll try and do more of these in the future, so if you guys want to see me race at Hockenheim on F1 2019 and then maybe other tracks on games further back as well, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, we're going to do a race here today, so if you like the sound of that, then leave a like on this video. Let's try and smash over 1,200 likes. Subscribe for more. I'm going to be doing a lot of retro F1 content, I think, over the next month or so, heading in towards the end of the year. So do get subscribed for that. We're going to try and revisit pretty much every F1 game, I think, at some stage. Let's jump into it then. So we're going to first of all select the Grand Prix category and jump into the F1 2020 cars. And for this one, we're going to do pretty much a bit of a last to first, if you will, to be honest. So we're going to go ahead and drive in the... I'll go with the Mercedes for this one. We'll play it safe. I haven't driven this game in about 6 months, so it might be a bit more complicated than I may have imagined. We'll drive as Lewis for this race, and we're going to go and select Vietnam, the Hanoi circuit. Oh boy, I personally didn't mind it. I thought it was okay. You know, I've had a lot worse tracks. Of course, we saw it in F1 Esports as well. The final sector is good fun. I really enjoy that. So it's going to be interesting. So Hanoi, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of practice just to kind of get myself up to speed. We'll do a one-shot qualifying so that we can retire the car, and we'll do a 25% race, so essentially a last to first. I'm going to try and do it on 110 AI. I'm going to give it a shot on maximum difficulty. Hopefully we can still have a decent race. Flashbacks on just in case, because I've not played this game in a while. Sim damage, safety car on, corner cutting on strict, and then assist. We're going to turn the traction off, the ABS off as well. In other words, elite. And then weather, time and day, we'll go for dynamic. If we get a bit of rain, it's a bonus. Oh man, I've got all of my setups on here. Look how many setups I have. Oh my god, so many league racing setups. Right, let's see if we have a Vietnam setup, and if it's good enough, then I can show it to you guys. So let's run it back. See if we can find a Vietnam one somewhere. It's got to be one somewhere. I must have one. There we go. Vietnam. This is from the 6th of February this year. Wow. So let's have a look at this one. So it's 2.9 on the wings. That is very different to what we see on F1 2021 with the setups. 50-54, right triple left, 111, 211, 1-2. Very different ride height as well. Brake bias, 150, and minimum pressure. So setups have changed quite a bit, to be fair, but there you go, there it is. I will admit straight away, I do miss the old OSD. I think I prefer it to the current game, to be honest. I think it looks a lot better. Well, to say I've done 2 laps, I don't think P4's too shabby. Fair enough. Let's jump into it.
It's time to go racing once again then. Another round of the Formula One World Championship, and it's here in Hanoi. Welcome along to the Vietnam Grand Prix. A lap of Hanoi circuit then, 3.4 miles around the Vietnamese capital. A number of the 23 corners take their inspiration from other great circuits, hopefully creating plenty of passing opportunities. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
With the race minutes away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Albon, Charles Leclerc and Perez, Vettel, Sainz, Stroll and Lando Norris, Ocon, Gasly, Daniel Kvyat and Magnussen, Grosjean, Raikkonen, George Russell and Antonio Giovinazzi, Latifi and Lewis Hamilton rounds off the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Now we have a mixed conditions race for this one, which is very interesting. So the majority is going to be raining, it seems like. So we're going to change our strategy accordingly for this race. So first of all, we're going to run the softs, and then it should be strong to the intermediates. No big surprises, to be honest with you. Fuel-wise, we're going to go quite low because you tend to save fuel in the wet conditions. So we'll go for a lap. Actually, we'll just go -1. I'll just go as low as it goes, 12.6. And we're going to jump into it. So yeah, P20, let's send it. Hopefully, by the end of it, with the weather conditions, we've got a decent result out of this. Okay, who's ready for a throwback? Here we go. How do you make a race start on F1 2020? Who knows? But 5 lights are on. And we're underway. Not bad, actually. Giovinazzi getting a pretty average start. Down towards turn 1 then. Where do we go? We'll just stay on the outside for now and be safe. They are going very slowly as we try to find a way through. We're going to slide up the inside of 3 cars into turn 2 and turn 3. That's a nice little triple overtake. Ooh, bit of a snap on the back there as we try to get the power down. We've got Grosjean and Russell ahead of us. We've got Raikkonen behind looking for a move. Now into the chicane / hairpin section. Everyone's single file. We might have a little look here. Russell around the outside maybe. Trying to have a look. Yes, drifting the car through, but we're making it work. And we're ahead, and the rain is already coming down. So, very quick rain. Let's get an update really quickly.
This light rain is going to be with us for a while now. Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
So there we go. The rain is in full effect as we breeze past Grosjean. Into the hairpin, though, we're going to have to get on the brakes. And yeah, brakes so early into there. We get a tag on the rear, I think by Grosjean, but we managed to keep the car under control. Let's keep pushing because I want to make up as many places as possible in these conditions on the softs before we switch to the inters. But this roadblock here between Kvyat and Magnussen is getting a bit aggressive as they try to squeeze through this entire final sector 2 abreast. We're trying to find maybe an opportunity here to pass one of these two. Is anyone going to pit? No, they're not. Trying to see if I can pass, but nowhere to go. Magnussen's going to get it up the inside. We're going to try and follow through, but it doesn't really work. At the final corner, now we can send it. Let's use a bit of rich mix. Haven't said that in a while. Down towards turn 1. Up the inside of Kvyat. Lovely. And we are through. Let's try and get Magnussen out ASAP as well. And that way we can push into that clean air and try to make some progress. Magnussen has a bit of a moment, so we're going to push on here. Come on, Mercedes. Use that straight line speed. Go, 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 go. Lovely. Moved on. Had to up-brake a little bit there. The brakes are definitely not as strong as 2021. I think that you can brake a lot later on the new game. You have to brake a bit earlier on this one. But anyway, we're through and up into P13. And now it's a waiting game. What will arrive first? The next overtake on Gasly or the rain? DRS enabled as we look to make a move on Pierre Gasly through here. We are so quick through the first sector. Let's see then. The overtakes should start to get a bit harder now as we've kind of got past the slower cars. You know, the Williams, Alphas and Haas cars. Now it's all about trying to pass these kind of midfield runners. So we'll see if we can make a pass here. I thought I got the inside of Gasly there, but I'll just wait. Simplify the overtakes. Rich mix. Overtake. And now we wait for the DRS. I've just realised I've run out of battery completely, so I've really drained up my entire battery. So yeah, I forgot about that completely. I forgot as well that F1 2021, because there's no rich mix, the ERS depletes a lot slower. Oh, I had a look there. Never mind, I tried it. Didn't really work. But yeah, the ERS depletes a lot slower on F1 2021 to kind of compensate for the lack of rich mix. On this game, the ERS just goes like that super quickly. But the rain's starting to really fall now. Thinking about pitting, to be fair. I think this could be the lap. Do I pit? I really don't know what to judge this by on this game. I think there's enough grip for one more. So we'll push on for one more. Try and get Gasly if we can on this lap before we pit. Maybe even Sainz as well. Oh my god, okay, the track is getting a bit slippy now. We'll try again to get this move on Gasly through here. Easy does it. A lot closer this time. I'm going to run out of battery again probably, but we'll try and go for it anyway. Under braking, maybe we can give it a shot. Let's see. Completely out of energy at this stage. Gasly holding on. We're going to have a look around the outside. I've managed to force Gasly to go defensive slightly. And there we go. We drift away out of there, but we've got the move, I think. We're ahead of Gasly. And we're ahead of him, crucially. Sainz also getting past Ocon on that lap. I think I'm going to pit for Inters.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
We're going to take the hit a bit earlier because I don't want to stack behind Valtteri. So we're going to box now and get it out of the way. Really don't know when to call this, but I'm going to just take a chance now and see if it works out for us. I much prefer this OSD, man. I really do. I think it's so much cleaner. The elements on screen look so much better. I miss this OSD, I really do. I think this was one of the better ones. I think 2019 was really good as well. Into the pit box though. And underway 2.7. Not the most spectacular stop you'll ever see, but intermediates are on. If we've called this correctly, we are going to fly. So let's see, let's try and save a bit of fuel as well, because I've not saved anything yet and we're actually running our laps. Back on the way. Let's see, pit exit. Nice and steady. Let's not overcommit or make a mistake. Right, perfect. Let's see then. I'll keep it on the Delta to the car's ahead. Raikkonen has pit behind. That could be a sign that it is time to switch tyres. Let's push on though. Crucial outlap hit. Valtteri pits. All of the AI now are starting to pit. This is the lap. So we've timed it correctly. We've gained 2 seconds on Latifi, and there's more to come now in this final sector. So we have timed this switch beautifully. So hopefully we'll undercut a few cars, especially if those midfield runners have to stack. So let's see. Some cars are staying out by the looks of it as well. DRS now disabled as we close in on Latifi here. He's going to be pretty slow on those dry tyres now on this track. I don't know if it's just me, but the inters feel really slow compared to 2021. The wet conditions feel super quick on the new game. Look at this though, we're ahead of Bottas. Obviously the pit exit is going to benefit him now, but we were briefly ahead of Valtteri. And I think it's going to be close. There is Valtteri and there is Lando. We're ahead of Ocon. And there's contact between Latifi and Lando Norris here as we try to get past. Got Gasly behind us as well, so we've managed to get ahead of him as well. Right, let's push on. Bottas isn't too far away, and he was, I believe, P2, so we can definitely get after him. As we now finally make the move on Latifi on the brakes. Lando's first up though, let's try and get him if we can. We are so much faster than Lando through this final sector. I think we've got a Ferrari ahead struggling. I think it might be Sebastian Vettel. I did just get a message saying he's got car issues. I would have thought Seb would be behind us, but it's actually, he's ahead of us. He's the lead Ferrari. Meanwhile though, looking for this move on Lando, we've got more cars in the pits. Do I dare go for the dive bomb into turn 1? I do dare. Up the inside. Oh, we have contact. Side by side through turn 2. Do we have to downforce and the grip to make this one around the outside? I'm going to try it. And we managed to make it work. Let's go. Nice move there. And we're ahead of Lando. Up to P7. We've got Bottas, Stroll, and I'm assuming Sebastian Vettel ahead. So let's try and close in here. Is it Sebastian? Yes, it is. So potential for P4 here if we can close up to these three. Just realised, looking at the minimap, we've got Ricciardo running in P2 for Renault, which is absolutely crazy. Vettel's been overtaken by Bottas and Stroll. Bottas getting the double overtake. So yeah, the Ferrari engine, of course, not that competitive. Let's try and get Seb here ASAP. We don't want to let Stroll and Bottas get away, especially Bottas. So we're going to set up Seb here through the penultimate corner. We've just got the grip. The Ferrari has car issues, so it's going to be an easy move up the inside. But yeah, the Inters definitely feel a lot slower than 2021, which I prefer. If you look at real life, the Inters are really slow, the way they drive them. So I prefer this. A bit more of a challenge. Let's try and get Lance here. Of course, the Racing Point. Don't see it anymore. I did do a video though with the Racing Point on F1 2021. We managed to mod it into the game. If you haven't seen that one, I'll leave it linked up in the top right. Well, let's see. Let's stay on board here for a second because I feel like this might be a shot. If we head onto the back straight, that's probably going to be my best chance to get past Lance here. And I kind of want to get past him really ASAP. We'll get nice and close through here. Aggressive over these curbs. I might even get underneath him here. Yeah, we're going to go for it. Lovely. Great overtake. Not over yet though. He's now going to be in the wheel tracks. We're going to have to drain our battery to try and stay ahead. And you can see Stroll now coming back at us here. We're going to defend the inside as we show Lance the long way around. Would he go for it under braking? He tries. We're going to hold the inside line though and make it work. And just like that, P5. Green flag, yellow flag further back. Something's happening to the hairpin. Meanwhile, we're closing up here to Bottas and Albon. Sebastian Vettel has finally retired, so the car issues have gotten the better of his Ferrari. But yeah, right now the battle for the podium's hotting up. We're both catching up to Albon here. Ricciardo doing a stellar job though of hanging on to P2. He's got the pace, but I think P2 is on the cards for us in this race. Verstappen's long gone out front, so it's going to be this battle here as we all fight for second place that matters. I'm also trying to get my fuel back on target, which is proving to be a bit of a challenge actually, but game on. Let's see then if we can make something happen. I think this is going to be the overtaking spot in the rain, this hairpin, doing the move we done on Stroll. I think that is the way to go. I don't really have enough battery or straight line speed to really commit to big moves here. We'll have a look at Bottas, but I feel like he's using some battery of his own right now, trying to attack Albon, so it's going to be difficult to look for the pass. In many ways we may have to wait for Bottas to attack Albon, and that might give us the opportunity to get by. Though, to be fair, I'll tell you what, hang on a minute, hang on just a minute here. We've managed to make something work around the outside there by accident. Up the inside, lovely, super clean move. Just forcing it there. I didn't really mean to go for that move. I just meant to run it in a bit deeper into the hairpin to get a bit of a cutback, and we ended up finding a bit of space and grip on the outside. So we're P4, and you can see we're cruising through this final sector as we breeze up to the back of Albon here. And Ricciardo now not too far away. Let's try and get Albon now as quickly as possible. Still plenty of time to go, 4 laps. So P2 is definitely possible. I think this move's going to happen into the hairpin, or if not on the back straight. So let's stay on board here. Let's try and close in on Albon, get right in his gearbox when it matters. Trying different lines as well to see if I can find a bit of grip. That'll do. Right, let's send it. I can use a bit of rich mix now as well, as fuel should be okay. I've done my fuel saving. To the chicane, first and foremost, we're going to try and have a look up the inside here. Yes, lovely. Fantastic move. Now we're going to drain our battery to try and stay ahead. But the podium's in sight. Verstappen 15 seconds out front. He's absolutely dominating this race. Meanwhile though, we've managed to get the move done on Albon and we're through. Let's go after Mr. Actually, never mind. I've run it in a bit hot there. That's going to allow Albon to have a look. Can we recover? Yes, we can. Oof, just about managed to recover there and get back ahead of Albon. So yeah, now let's go after Ricciardo and get that second place. I've got to say, Ricciardo's pace is very strong. I mean, we're lapping faster than Max right now. We're catching him. And I'm only now just about getting close to Ricciardo to put some pressure on, but it's taken a while. He's got some good pace, so the P2 is legit. It's very, very quick. Well, let's see then. This is going to be our chance, I think, this lap. I want to try and get it done before the last lap. Similar to F1 2021, the AI always use up all their battery on the last lap, so if we can force him to drain it now, that would be nice, and get the move done in the process as well. Therefore, he won't come back at us on the last lap. Nicely done through the hairpin. Fantastic exit. Right, patience. We're not going to use the battery. We're going to save what we have. Let Ricciardo use his. And then we'll use it now in the second half of the straight. There we go, getting that speed differential. Ricciardo tries to re-challenge into the hairpin. I'm going to run in very wide to focus and get a good exit. Ricciardo's not letting it go though, but now with the battery we're going to drain ahead. And there we go, we've done it. Now we just got to get our fuel on target on this last lap of the race. A P2 for us here today in Vietnam. Great recovery. And here we go, last lap of the race. Verstappen will win it. I tried to push on, but he's just too far away. I managed to gain, a couple of seconds already on him, but he already built the lead. So Verstappen takes the checkered flag in Vietnam. And from P20, we're going to finish in P2. And somehow, even in this game, echoes of 2021 with Verstappen P1 and Lewis P2.
It was a magnificent race and a drive right out of the top draw to take the win for Red Bull today. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, keeping their tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a huge advantage today.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that. There are the final results on screen. You guys can pause the video and analyse them. But there we go. Hopefully you enjoyed that race. P20 to P2. Good fun. And who knows? We will do more of these. Like I said, I want to maybe do Hockenheim on F1 2019. That'd be pretty sweet. And I'll do a few others. There's going to be some retro F1 videos. And we'll try and go from 2021 all the way down to 2010 if possible. So if you enjoyed this one, leave a like. Let's try and smash over 1,200 likes. Like I said in the intro, subscribe for more for daily F1 content on my channel. As always, a big shout out goes to the channel members for supporting the content. And finally, check out the 2 videos on screen if you haven't seen them already. But that is it from me. And I'll see all of you next time.